Hi, I'm Janine Bihabola. I am tasked to report about hypothesis. So here is my report. Hypothesis. Null hypothesis, which is abbreviated by H and O. It is the statement being tested. It represents what the experimenter doubts to be true. It is always expressed as the idea of non-significance difference. So we have alternative hypothesis, which is abbreviated by HA. The operational statement of the theory that the experimenter believes to be true and wishes to prove. It is the negation of the null hypothesis. So let's have an example. Our null hypothesis, the mean weight of newly born baby is equal to 6 pounds. So our mean is equivalent to our population mean. The mean weight of a newly born baby is not equal to 6 pounds. Our null hypothesis, the performance of the recent graduate of St. Bridget in the National Elementary Aptitude Test do not differ from the past. So our mean 1 is equivalent to our mean 2. Our alternative hypothesis, the performance of the recent graduate of St. Bridget in the National Elementary Aptitude Test is better than that of the past. So our mean 1 is greater than our mean 2. So types of tests will be one-sided or directional. It is the alternative hypothesis is expressed in terms like greater than or less than. It is called a one-tailed test. The rejection region lies only in one tail of distribution. So it is shown in our example. So another types of test is the two-sided or what we call non-directional. If an alternative hypothesis is expressed in a non-equally statement, it is non-directional or what we call two-tailed test. As shown in the acceptance region, it has two rejection both sides. So the test statistic is a statistic computed from the sample data that is especially sensitive to difference between the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So C-test is used when the population standard deviation is known and the sample sufficiently large, or our sample is greater than 30. So T-test, it is used when the population standard deviation is not known. It can be used if our sample is greater than 30. So let's have the region of rejection. The region of rejection is the set of all values of the test statistic which will lead to rejection of our null hypothesis. So level of significance. The level of significance is the size of the risk. 0 is less than the level of significance less than 1. So the research is willing to commit erroneously rejecting null hypothesis. The significance level ranges from 0.01 to 0.10 depending on the risk of researcher is willing to take for making a type of error. So we have two types of error. The type 1, it is the rejecting the null hypothesis when in fact it is true. And secondly, type 2 error, it is accepting the null hypothesis when in fact it is false. So we have the steps in hypothesis testing. First, we have to formulate the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Secondly, set the level of significance. Third, identify the types of statistical tests as either one-tailed or two-tailed. Then compute for the statistical test as either C-test or T-test. And then determine the tabular value and decide whether to accept or reject the null hypothesis. That is accept the null hypothesis if the computed value is less than the tabular value. Then reject the null hypothesis if the computed value is greater than the tabular value. Then we have to lastly we have to come up with a conclusion which explain the implication of the decision. So hypothesis testing for population means it is testing the difference between large sample means and the population mean. Here is the abbreviation with the corresponding meaning of the given abbreviation. Then here is the general formula for the given situation. So Z stands for the Z-test, X for the sample mean, U for population mean, N for samples, and standard population standard deviation. Then comparing two large sample means. Here is the formula. Z is equivalent to mean 1 minus mean 2 divided by the standard population standard deviation multiplied by the square root of 1 over n1 plus 1 over n2, where x1 mean of the first sample group, x2 mean of the second sample group, the population standard deviation, and the n1 and n2 sample in the first and second group. Then comparing two population proportion, Z is equal to P1 minus P2 divided by the population standard deviation, multiply the square root of P1 multiplied by Q1 over N1 plus P2 multiplied by Q2 divided by the N2. So here is the abbreviation. Then small sample hypothesis test for the mean of the normal population. So T is equal to X minus the population mean multiplied by the square root of our sample minus 1 and divide by the standard deviation. Testing the difference between two sample means. Here is the formula. T is equal to mean 1 minus mean 2 divided by the square root of standard deviation 1, the second exponent, over n1 plus standard deviation 2, the second exponent, divided by n2. So let's have an example. A sports biologist claimed that female distance runners tend to be taller on the average than women in general, who have an average height of 64 inches. To test this claim, a random sample of 40 female distance runners and their heights were recorded. Giving our mean is equal to 65.6 inches and standard deviation of 3.3 inches, test the claim at the 5% level of significance. Let us consider the value of 3.3 as an estimate for a population standard deviation. So the given, and then step 1, our null hypothesis is sample population mean is equal to 64. Female distance runner have an average height of 64 inches. While our null hypothesis is the population mean is greater than 64. So step 2, level of significance 0.05. Step 3, it is considered as one-tailed test. Step 4, Z-test. Let us have this formula. So 65.6 minus 64, multiply the square root of 40, divide by 3.3. So we will come up with the Z is equal to 3.06. In the tabular value, 1.645, Since it is only considered as one-tailed, so the rejection region is only in the one side. So the conclusion will be, it does appear that female distance runners tend to be taller on the average than women in general. So another example, a group of HELA teachers want to compare food values of elementary high school students. They constructed a questionnaire composed of 15 items. They administered the questionnaire to 75 elementary students and obtained a mean of 3.98, while the 40 high school students had a mean of 4.12. If the population standard deviation is 0.27, what conclusion can the HELA teachers draw about the food value of the students? Let us use the level of significance 0.01 and level of then the solution, the given, then the step 1, our null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the food values of the elementary student and of the high school students. So our mean should be equals to our mean 2. Then there is our null hypothesis. There is a significant difference between the food value of the elementary student and of the high school students. So our level of significance 0.01. Step 2, it is considered as two-tailed. Then let us use z-test. So by the use of this formula, we'll come up with our z is equivalent to negative 2.65. So our decision conclusion. The HELA teacher can therefore conclude that at 0.01 level of significance, there is a significant difference between the food value of the elementary high school and high school student. The Civica department wanted to conduct a test to see if the majority of the elementary students are in favor of the result of the recent presidential election. A random sample of 100 students were obtained and 56 said they favored the result. If there is sufficient evidence to safely conclude that the majority of the students favor the result of the election, use the 5% level of significance. So, the solution given, let us P the proportion of the sample favored recent result in the presidential election. So, P1 is equal to get the decimal, you have to 56 divided by 100 is equivalent to 0.56. Then our P2 is 0.40. Our Q1 0.44. Q2 0.60. Then the step 1, the null hypothesis. Both elementary and high school students favored the presidential election result. So P1 is equal to P2. Null hypothesis. Elementary high school students differ in their perception regarding the presidential election result. So step 2, it is two-tailed. Let us use the z-test. Z is equal to P1 minus P2 divided by the square root of P1 multiplied by Q2 divided by N1 plus P2 multiplied by Q2 over N2. So Z is equal to 2.29. Then our decision, we come up with the conclusion, there is a significant difference between the perception of the elementary high school students as regard the presidential election result. So, let's have another example. In order to pass the emission test, an automobile may not show a hydrocarbon level of more than 220 parts per million. Officials of a large car manufacturing company felt that their cars would average less than 220 ppm. To investigate this, 16 cars were tested, giving a mean of 180 ppm with a standard deviation of 30 ppm at the 10% of level of significance. Do the officials appear to be correct? So the solution, let's have the given, the null hypothesis. So the population mean is equivalent to 222. The mean amount of hydrocarbon of their cars is equal to 222 ppm. Then the null hypothesis, the population mean is less than 220. So 0.10, level of significance, two-tailed, and we have to use the t-test. So using this formula, x mean minus population mean, multiply the square root of n minus 1 over standard deviation. So our t will be 2.67. Then the decision, our tabular value 1.337. Conclusion: rejecting null hypothesis implies that official believes the population mean is less than 220 appears to be correct. So example, an administrator of a large university stated that there was a difference in the mean grade point average of graduating males and females. Independent random sample of graduating males and females gave the FFG information. So here is the given, our sample, our mean, and our standard deviation. So the males has 45 sample, the female has 50 sample, and then it has our male has a mean of 85.4 and with a standard deviation of 2.64. Our female, we have 50 sample of female with a mean average of 87.9 and with a standard deviation of 1.70. Use 95% confidence level to support the administrator's belief. So step 1, our null hypothesis, mean 1, there is no significance difference between the mean grade point average of graduating males and females. Our null hypothesis, there is a significant difference, the mean grade points average of graduating males and females. For a standard level of significance, it is two-tailed test. Then let us use the t-test. x1 minus x2 divide by the square root of standard deviation 1 in the second exponent over n2 plus standard deviation 2 in the second exponent divided by n2. So we will come up with that t is equal to negative 5.42. Then our decision. Then the conclusion will be there is no significant difference to support the administrator's belief that there is a significant difference in the mean grade point average of graduating male and female at 95% confidence level. So testing the significance of R. Sometimes a researcher may overlook the fact that when R is calculated from the sample date, we may get a very high positive relationship existing between the paired variables. In this case, a test of significance for R to find out if the obtained value of R can be attributed to chance. A t ratio test should be computed. So t is equivalent to R multiply the square root of n minus 2 over square root of 1 minus R in the second exponent, where t is the ratio, n is the number, R is the computed R correlation coefficient. Let's have the example. Test the significance of R. R is equivalent to 0.81 in the correlation between test scores in mathematics and science. Then use 0.05 for the level of significance. So the solution. Step 1. Null hypothesis, R is equal to 0. There is no significant difference between the test scores in mathematics and science. Our null hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between the test scores in mathematics and science. So our computation using a t ratio, t is equivalent to R multiplied by square root of n minus 2 over square root of 1 minus R in the second exponent. So our t will be 3.907. So decision, tabular value 2.306, and then our conclusion, there is a significant relationship between the test scores in mathematics and science. So thank you and God bless.